Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a really fascinating, deeply structured cosmological worldview today. Specifically, we're looking at the teachings and writings originating from Guy Shufeng, the founder of Life Tianyuan. We're going to unpack his foundational text, Create a Rational, Peaceful, Humanistic Era. Whether you're totally new to this material or just looking to dig a little deeper, we're going to see exactly how this framework maps out the universe, human destiny, and the hidden forces that actually govern our world. Let's get right into it. Right off the bat, to really grasp our place in this system, we have to zoom way out and look at the grand scale of the universe. According to Guide Shufeng, the universe doesn't just exist randomly. It operates on this massive, highly specific temporal cycle. And the most recent cycle? It ran from 2988 BC all the way to 2012 AD. Since we've passed that critical culmination point in 2012, humanity is currently living right in the aftermath of a massive cosmic shift. The core premise here is that as we approach the year 2012, life across all the different dimensions, the supreme level spaces, the mortal world, the low-level spaces, it all reached a critical population imbalance. Basically, there were way too many beings in certain realms and just not enough in others. To keep the whole universe from collapsing, a massive mathematical adjustment was absolutely required to transition us into the new era from 2013 onward. Okay, so how does this cosmic adjustment actually play out? Well, to fix that universal equilibrium, Shufeng explains that souls are quite literally being sorted into specific realms based on their spiritual state. For example, because animal populations took a huge nosedive in the mortal world, a lot of humans actually have to return to the animal world just to balance out the numbers. Those with corrupted non-material structures head to hell or the inferno. On the flip side, those with perfect human natures ascend to the thousand-year world, and those who achieve Buddha status enter Elysium. It's literally a giant sorting process. Now, this massive sorting leaves the human world with folks who are maybe close to perfect, but just not quite there yet. To help these remaining unperfected humans navigate what is a really difficult transition, the heaven world sends down celestials or angels. But here's the catch. These celestials don't show up as visible aliens in spaceships, and they don't walk among us physically. Instead, they come down as unseen psychic energy, specifically searching for the blessed to attach to and merge with. And this brings us to a really striking, poetic explanation from Shufeng on how you actually prepare for this psychic energy. You absolutely cannot force a celestial to attach to you. It just doesn't work that way. Think of it like this. Butterflies are naturally drawn to blossoming flowers, right? In the exact same way, these celestials are drawn to pure minds. The teachings insist that you have to achieve absolute inner peace and focus only on immortal things. Do that, and you naturally attract the celestial energy. To actually become that blossoming flower, Guide Shufeng uses a really brilliant technological metaphor. He says you need to literally format your brain. Think of it exactly like formatting a hard drive on your computer. You have to do a total wipe, a thorough clearing of your existing knowledge, your past experiences, and even your most stubbornly held rational values. You got to delete that old programming so the universe has room to install a brand new psychic program inside you. And what happens when you do that? Well, according to the teachings, once you clear out all that old junk and your mind successfully connects to the source of life, an incredible transformation hits you. You'll feel this indescribable passion and a mysterious calling. Suddenly, you realize you aren't an ugly duckling at all. You're a white swan. It's described as waking up from a deep dream and finally recognizing your true, elevated nature, completely ready for the new humanistic era. Now, this whole preparation phase leads us to one of the biggest paradigm shifts in the entire explainer. We really need to rethink Satan. While the traditional view paints Satan as this evil, life-swallowing enemy of humanity, Shufeng's worldview flips that completely. Here, Satan isn't the villain. He is actually a cosmic policeman. In this cosmological system, Satan is dutifully and faithfully maintaining universal balance on behalf of the entire system. You might be wondering, why on earth does the universe need a policeman? Well, think about it. If everyone suddenly rushed to the upper spiritual realms, or if nobody was willing to go to the lower ones, the universe would completely lose its symmetry and collapse. It would literally break in half. So Satan guards the door, and he purposefully uses worldly tools, things like money, beauties, power, status, pleasure, fame, even religious conflict, to distract people. It anchors them to the lower realms to keep that balance perfectly intact. This introduces a profound unity of opposites right at the heart of Shui Feng's worldview. The writings actually claim that Jesus and Satan are equally important to the survival of the cosmos. The text explicitly says, if the hell is empty, the balanced heaven can't exist. It even proposes that Jesus used complex parables purposefully to confuse some people, because logically, if everyone perfectly understood how to get to heaven, hell would empty out, the cosmic symmetry would be ruined, and heaven itself would just vanish. Crazy to think about, right? Because of this incredibly strict mathematical need for balance, the framework claims that deiform Buddha isn't calling everybody into the new era. Actually, it's just a tiny 2% fraction of humanity that is being called to stay on Earth and build this rational, peaceful, humanistic era. The other 98%, they're going to refuse the call, get caught up in those distractions we just talked about, and head off to populate the other realms. To put that 2% into perspective, Guide Shui Feng's teachings give us a very specific number. Exactly 130 million people. Out of the billions of humans alive today, only this specific number will be granted access to this new phase. These 130 million people are the ones who will successfully format their minds, connect with that celestial energy, and actually usher in the era of harmony. The teachings are actually super upfront about this too. They explicitly anticipate that the vast majority of people are going to completely dismiss Shui Feng's framework. Groups that are deeply committed to other earthly belief systems like communists, Christians, Buddhists, and Falun Gong practitioners will simply refuse to be taken care of by this specific calling. They'll probably view the teachings as nonsense, which, according to this cosmic model, is exactly how the universe successfully maintains that crucial 98% balance. Okay, but what if you do hear the call and you want to be part of that 130 million? Well, the text lays out a spiritual visa application process for the new cosmic cycle, and it's surprisingly straightforward. To get this visa, you need to fulfill 4 conditions: have reverence to the greatest creator, reverence to life, reverence to nature, and finally, follow the Tao. Practice those 4 principles, and that is your ticket to surviving the cosmic adjustment. As we wrap up this analysis, Guide Shui Feng leaves his readers with a pretty stark warning about the road ahead. If you just look around and blindly follow the noisy, crowded footsteps of the common people, the teaching state, you're eventually going to end up right at the gates of hell. The true path to the new humanistic era, described as the path up Shui Feng Mountain, well, that's a quiet, solitary, and incredibly difficult climb that very few are actually willing to make. Ultimately, the text leaves us with this profound reminder. Yes, the universe has its strict mathematical balances. And yes, Satan is out there diligently offering up distractions. But the final choice, that rests entirely with you. God is giving humanity free will. The dark forces can tempt you, sure, but they absolutely cannot force your hand. So, as we stand in the wake of this massive cosmic adjustment, fully understanding the sheer scale of the universe's mechanics, what path will you choose to walk?